Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and if I could have some sad non-copyright music edited in right now, I would like to take a moment to lay to rest the cowboy that we have known for 5 years. Today marks the day of a brand new beginning of our favorite cowboy, Cole Cassidy. The name Jesse McCree is no more. But the mourning shall not stop there, because it was also announced earlier this morning that the 2022 Blizzcon Online event has also been canceled. But I would also like to make the announcement that my seasonal depression has also been laid to rest. Wait, why isn't the sound effect being played? So there's a lot to talk about, and there's also not a lot to talk about, because in the case of our favorite cowboy, Cole Cassidy, we already knew that the name change was coming. I already made a video talking about it a couple of days ago, talking about why McCree's name got changed to Cole Cassidy, and also when it was getting changed, which was today. The main update dropped today, and the main focus, of course, was Cole Cassidy's name change, where in the hero gallery now says Cassidy, and a few sprays also got changed, and Echo's voice line whenever she copied the cowboy now just says Cole Cassidy. And if I could be honest for a second, the name Cole Cassidy, it's kind of grown on me. While it's not my favorite name change of all time, you know, over the past couple of days of going back and forth of accidentally calling him McCree and trying my best to call him Cole Cassidy, it started to become more and more real and more fitting for the cowboy. Maybe it's because the cowboy character is just so cool that anything applied to him just seems cool on the surface. The name Cole Cassidy, it's not too terrible, and especially when you say it with like a southern accent, like Cole Cassidy, coming out of like Texas or Arizona. Oh yeah, it started to hit a little bit more different. Like, I can't wait to hear the voice actors of like Ash and especially Matt Mercer with his buttery voice having some interactions like, my name's Cole Cassidy. There's a reason why I'm not a voice actor and why Matt Mercer gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to say names like that, but I cannot wait for that. But one thing I also couldn't wait for was BlizzCon 2022, specifically BlizzCon Online. Now, if you don't know what's going on with that, earlier this morning, Blizzard tweeted out that they would no longer hold BlizzCon Online in the year 2022. We haven't heard any news about the in-person BlizzCon event or if there is going to be any event later on the year, but at least for the online event, there's going to be nothing. And the main reason why BlizzCon isn't happening is the main thing that they addressed in their tweet, and it's because with so much struggle and so much of this lawsuit affecting the company within, they felt like it wasn't appropriate to hold a convention and a big celebration of their games online. So they decided just to cancel it and try to fix everything that's happening within their company, whatever that means. And that's what's so terrible about not only the cancellation about BlizzCon, but this whole entire situation, is that the situation, it's not going to be fixed overnight. You know, you can't just fix misogyny or sexism overnight. It's going to be an ongoing struggle, not only within Blizzard, but also just the whole entire world. It's not an excuse for Blizzard not to fix it or to take this long to try to communicate with us of what they're trying to do, besides the exception of firing people that inspire the name of a cowboy like Jesse McCree, or firing the head consoles of people within the company. It's aggravating, man. So seeing things like BlizzCon getting canceled and things within the company aren't really getting fixed quickly, it makes it even more aggravating as a fan, but also even more scary as a content creator. Because while this situation isn't about me, it still does affect me, because with BlizzCon being canceled, what does that mean for the future of Overwatch 2? Does that mean it's gonna get delayed because they aren't gonna make any big announcement that they planned for at BlizzCon earlier that year? And it once again just goes with the struggle that Blizzard always seems to have, and that is not communicating with their community. You know, they talked about Overwatch 2, I think a total of like 4 or 5 times in the past 2 years. 4 or 5 times, and they want us to be excited for Overwatch 2. But how can we be excited for Overwatch 2 when they don't really address the things that they're working on? And yes, recently they have been. They addressed the reworks for Sombra and Bastion. They addressed the 5v5 and how they're switching over to that. And they made a small announcement saying how Overwatch 2 is kind of coming out whenever the Overwatch League starts to commence. Like, they're just not, it's not even just a marketing problem at this point. It's just a communication problem that they're struggling with, whether it's their plans for their games or what's happening within the company. And sorry if this is turning into like a rant video. I didn't plan for it to be, because in all reality, you've already heard me talk and cry and complain about Blizzard's lack of communication time and time again. I just feel like more people would have faith in Blizzard if they talked about what they plan to do eternally with their company and how they're gonna fix the sexism and the harassment and the racism within it. But when it comes to the Overwatch team, you know, while I want to say that not a lot of that like harassment stuff happened within the Overwatch team, it still doesn't help the fact that we aren't really sure what Overwatch 2 is gonna have. When is Overwatch 2 gonna be coming out? How many heroes are there gonna be? Is there gonna be a beta? Is Overwatch 2 only gonna be accessible by the Overwatch League for a certain amount of time? And when are we gonna be able to play it? Or at least the multiplayer side. When are we gonna play the multiplayer? Like, tell us. Talk to us. What are your plans? If you don't follow through with your plans, then okay, tell us that it's gonna be delayed again. Don't just leave us wondering for years and years to come. That's what the Overwatch team needs to fix. And the Blizzard team needs to fix a lot of what so many people are already giving them crap for. So what does this mean for Overwatch 2? Is it gonna get delayed? Is it gonna come out in the year 2022? Or God forbid, knock on wood, this doesn't happen in the year 2023? Well, this is based on nothing. So do not go to your friends saying, oh yeah, bro, you said Overwatch 2 is coming out to that. No. Okay, this is just a wild guess, but because BlizzCon Online isn't happening where they could have made a big announcement for Overwatch 2's release, I'm gonna guess that Overwatch 2 is not gonna be fully released until later on the year of 2022, come December or November, because what I also am gonna guess, and this is still the hopeful side of me because, you know, I gotta be hopeful myself, maybe BlizzCon, the in-person event, can be held at the end of October, which is when it typically is held, so that Blizzard can make a big announcement that Overwatch 2 is coming out in 2 weeks, and then everyone gets excited, everyone knows when it's coming out, and then everyone gets Overwatch 2 or just updates the game because Overwatch 2 is going to be a free update, at least when it comes to the multiplayer side. And that's another thing. Not a lot of people know what Overwatch 2 is. They think that they're going to have to pay $60 for the multiplayer when that's not at all true. It's just lack of communication from the Overwatch team. But that's what I think. That's what I think the future holds for Overwatch 2, is that it will not be fully released until later in the year of 2022. The multiplayer will be played by the Overwatch League players, but who's to know what that really means? Obviously, that means 5v5, but are there going to be new heroes? Is it going to be fully fledged out? Or is it only going to be the 5 maps that we know of? New York, Rome, Toronto, Monte Carlo, and there's another one. I'm forgetting the other one, but is it only going to be what we already know, or is it going to be the full Overwatch 2 multiplayer experience? I don't know, and that's what Blizzard can fix when it comes to their lack of communication. Or maybe I'm being too hopeful. Maybe Overwatch 2 will come out in the same year that I'll finally love myself, in the year 2057. But anyway, guys, that's just my thoughts about the cowboy character, about BlizzCon Online being canceled, and what that means for Overwatch 2. It probably means it's gonna be delayed, because I doubt Blizzard wants to make a random announcement on a Tuesday afternoon in the middle of April saying, yeah, Overwatch 2 is coming out here. No, they probably want to save it for some big convention like BlizzCon or BlizzCon Online. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.